Alright, what is poppin' freaks? I'm Retro Daddy, and today I'll be telling you the story of how my 5th grade emo classmate tried getting freaky at school, and eventually tried to blame me for looking up the, let's say tickle time during tech class, so let's get into it. But before I start, do know that this is my first story time and is a two-parter, so I would love feedback, and if this video does well, I will post part 2, and maybe even more. Now let's get into it. So, to give you guys a time, I was in 5th grade, and as a 5th grader, you're kind of at the stage of elementary school where you pass all the fun years, and you're kind of just in the filler arc of elementary school. And with everyone getting ready for middle school, and some even starting puberty, us 5th graders would try to act cool to, get friends, popularity, or even some try to look at girls. Not me, though. I was terribly afraid of girls, and I still am. But the kid I'm about to talk about today, well, he certainly tried. So, it's your average day in 5th grade, dodging the sitting in the tree allegations and the nose-picking rumors, but a new kid gets put in class. Let's call him Melvin. And if I were to describe the way Melvin looked, he kind of looked like if Voldemort had a buzz cut. But me, being a more friendly person, I was nice to him, because you're not going to be a douchebag to the new kid. So, when he was getting all settled in, he sat next to me, and I talked to him for a bit, and we became friends really quickly, because this is when Five Nights at Freddy's was super popular. And we both happened to like it, but the more I talked to him, the more I noticed that this kid was strange. And me being a sped 5th grader, I did not pick up on any of the red flags he was giving. Number one, he would talk in an anime/main character kind of voice, like the
"Something smells good in there"
kind of voice. Also he would answer your question by, stating the obvious and over-exaggerating his feelings, words, or, situation. Basically just trying to be the main character. Flag number 2, he was a yes man, just agree with anything you say. Number 3, he would always do the cringiest garbage. Even talking about it gives me secondhand embarrassment. So you ever seen one of those B-rated friendship movies where the two main characters spit on their hand for a handshake to lock in their friendship? Yep, he tried. So during recess we were chilling and Melvin says to me, "We must prove our friendship to each other." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, how?" Then he looks at his hand and pulls the old maneuver on it and puts his hand out to me. 5th grade me, just confused and grossed out, not wanting my hand to get French kissed by an emo kid, I just offered him some of my candy instead. And it was my favorite too. Those those little sweet tart balls. Tell me if those are your favorite. But he seemed to be satisfied with the candy. For now. So that was his first offense. Next, when lunch rolls around, we were playing tetherball, and tetherball was one of the big 3 OG games of elementary school. The other 2 being kickball and wall ball being my favorite personally. Anyways, though, me, Melvin, and this other friend, let's call her Olivia. She'll play a really important role later. We were playing tetherball, and I was playing against Melvin, and he kind of sucked, and sucking means you lose at a game. But when I beat him, he got really upset. He then walked away with his hood down and head down, all emo, and just walked away for the rest of the lunch period. Kind of like this, both a 5th grader tried it. That was his second offense. First the hand spit shake or whatever, and now the random edginess out of nowhere. Lastly, as me and Olivia are hanging out with Melvin more, the weirder he gets. This is when he starts to hang out with Olivia a lot more, or at least tries to, and he also starts out asking Olivia if he can spend the night with her. And thankfully she said no, because of what happens later. Me again being a sped 5th grader, not picking up the signals, Melvin kind of got a crush on Olivia, and there's nothing wrong with having a little crush. I had one, you had one, everyone had one. But Melvin, oh Melvin, he took it a little far, and when I mean a little, I mean really damn far. So the next couple of days roll by, and the school gets some construction over the weekend. And one of those giant metal shipping crates show up. I don't know how they get there, probably by a crane. But anyways, it gets put at the back of the playground. And the yard duties told everyone they are not allowed up over there. But us being 5th graders, of course we went over there and chilled for a bit. This is where Melvin showed his true intentions. So he starts talking about how my aunt and uncle are going to kick me out and I need a place to stay. We can all tell that he was lying, but then he says this, "I don't know how much longer I have," and then turns to Olivia and says, "We can do it now if you want to." And if I had to spell it out for you, if you don't understand, he wanted to get freaky behind the shipping crate at school. Note that this is a literal 5th grader. This weirdo wanted to get some action at school in the 5th grade. Obviously, me having my jaw hit the floor, I pipe up and say, no. Olivia says, "Yeah, thanks, dude," to me, and then has to reject this creep Then, of course, Melvin gets upset by this, acting like it's nothing, just asking if he wants to get some action behind a crate at school. Then does the very mature move of apologizing, asking for forgiveness. Nah. He pulls his hood down and walks away with his head down like the creepy emo boy he is. So not only is Freak Deku out here trying to French kiss my hand, Future Diddy really out here trying to get some at school. But actually, we did remain friends with him until he did something even more crazy. But I'm actually going to end it off here, guys, for a couple reasons. Number one, I want a cookie. And number two, I don't want to write another 1,000-word script off of memory to read off of unless you guys actually do want a part two. So please comment like Melvin or like Freak for that. Number three, I want to whack off. So I'm not going to beg for subscribers. But like, if you did make it here, I'm just going to say I'm surprised because this is not even the craziest story I have. And just watching a channel with like, what, 15 subscribers? That's like really low quality videos. It's really cool, so it would be cool if you do give a little feedback. Like I said, it is my first story time, and I love to tell you guys the part two of this story. But you don't got to. I'm just happy to put this story out. Thanks. I'm out. Peace. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. Oh wait, is this thing still on? Oh wait, damn it.